Hey guys, it's Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Variable Barricade, and we are continuing Shion's board story. It's not really his route, but I guess kind of like, but it's still the common route. Anyway, where we're gonna learn terrarium making from him. So we were just stepping into his room. Oh yeah, he's got them all in the background. Look at that. He's also got a wig. What's the deal with that? Interesting. But he's got like the little like hanging terrarium ones, and then he's got like. Okay, cute. Look at your little room. All right. Anyway, I stepped into Shion's room, my curiosity getting the better of me. I can't believe this is Shion's room. It's so clean and relaxing. I mean, this doesn't surprise me. Like, I'd imagined his room would be like one of those spaces in a magazine, all style and no comfort. Oh, okay. Yeah. But it was actually very soothing with simple white walls and green accents. Is my room that surprising? He tilted his head at me as I stood in the doorway, still taking in the scene. It's just not what I expected. Rather minimalist, isn't it? I find simplicity to be more peaceful and relaxing. Besides, I don't chase trends. A bedroom should be a sanctuary, a place to rest. Redecorating all the time would defeat its purpose. See, that's actually a good way to live, not chasing trends. Like, it's one thing to be like, this trend is really awesome and I love it, so I'm gonna, like, incorporate that into my life, but not like, oh, it's not trendy anymore, I can't wear it. Like, you can't wear skinny jeans anymore. You can wear whatever the fuck you want. Like, seriously? It's just when things become trendy, like, flare pants are trendy. Buy them all so that you have flare pants for when they're not trendy. All I'm saying, okay? So, like, big sleeves. Yes! Spacey will buy all the shit with big sleeves so that when it's like, big sleeves aren't trendy anymore, it's like, I don't care, I still have big sleeves. You know, so stock up on the things that you enjoy so that when they're not trendy and it's hard to find, you're like, I always still have clothes. I don't have to be like, I can't find any clothes because I don't want to wear mom jeans. Stop it. I have my stock of my flare pants, okay? I don't really wear jeans that often anymore. I realized, although at like high school and everything, that's all I wore were jeans. I wore men's jeans, okay? But like, jeans, and now I'm like, jeans are really uncomfortable. Why did no one tell me? Like you know they're uncomfortable, but you still wear them, and I'm like, pants kind of suck. Like, I went for the longest time where I wouldn't wear skirts. I was like, no, I can only wear pants. And now I'm like, why? What was I thinking? Skirts are amazing. So much more comfortable. I mean, thigh rub is a thing, but like, you know, whatever. You kind of get over it. Get used to it. Just wear like shorts underneath them or something. I don't know. The purpose of bike shorts. Wearing them underneath your skirts, not just wearing them out because for no reason. At least to me. That's one of those trends I don't get. Like bike shorts and t-shirts. No thanks. And mom jeans. No. Gonna wear my flare pants and my like giant sleeves looking like I rolled out of the 60s or some shit. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Anyway. Yeah, I guess I get that. See? She gets it too. Here you go. This is everything. Thank you. You're such a big help. You got it. So what should I do next? Nayuta practically vibrated with excitement as if he were a puppy wagging its tail. I mean, he literally would be wagging a tail if he had one. Shion just smiled and callously pointed at the door. You're done today, Nayuta. Good boy. Aw, come on! I want to see what you two are up to! Nayuta, out. Okay. Nayuta whimpering as he leaves with his tail between his legs. He made him haul everything up here just for that? Like a dog with its tail between its legs. I mean, do I have Nayuta pegged or what? I mean, he's kind of easy to peg at this point. I mean, Nayuta hung his head and left the room. You didn't have to tell Nayuta to leave. He wouldn't be very good at what we're about to do. I don't think he'd understand if I told him this activity requires a delicate touch. Okay, that makes sense. Nayuta had fully shut the door, so Shion reopened it a little. He then motioned for me to come over to the window. Before we get started, take a look at this. What is it? Pretty. It's called a terrarium. Making them is one of my hobbies. Shion showed me a palm-sized glass container that was filled with soil, greenery, and tiny little accessories. It was like a miniaturized snippet of a beautiful garden landscape. See, I would kill that in a hot second because I was like, oh, it's hard. They're cacti. You just barely water them. Yeah, but then I'd be like, oh, too much water. I won't water. No, not enough water, basically. I have the green thumb my mom has, which is killing air plants. Seriously, I can't keep anything. I don't know how I keep my birds alive sometimes. Like, I worry for them. Thank God they can forage for food. I have one plant that it's in 2 pieces now, because like it's in 2 different pots. But like I have had that plant for, I want to say like, wow, how long have I had that? I don't really remember. I remember it was the early 2000s, probably before the 2010s. So it could very well be almost 20 years old. It's like 15 plus years. I was friends with this woman at work. And she gifted me this plant because we were allowed to have plants at work. So it was just this little pot. It's still in its original pot, okay? And it was like, whatever, what are those? It's basically the green, leafy, impossible to kill fucking plants that just turn into long fucking vines if you let them go, and they will grow 75 fucking feet. Okay, so anyway, it grew around my desk and up, and it was going to grow over the wall into the other side, basically. This thing just kept growing. And I would cut stems, and several people that I used to work with had offshoots of it. They probably have, and they've probably gifted it. My plant has probably more progeny than Genghis Khan out there, okay? I'm just saying. And, like, my sister has one, and hers literally, like, almost goes across her house. And I'm like, mine barely grows at this point anymore, but it's just there. It's just shrubby little boy. It's just, whatever. And my mom has a piece of it, or several pieces, and my other sister has pieces. Like, everybody has pieces of this fucking plant. And, yeah. So that's the only plant I can keep alive, because sometimes I'm like, oh, you're looking a little wilty. I'll water you. And then I forget that the plant exists, despite the fact that it's sitting right there and by my window. And like, but I don't know. I killed my shamrocks for fuck's sake. And so my mom's like, well, they're just like little seed things. So like they should come back. Well, they have not. I keep watering this dirt in a bucket and it just won't come back. I don't know. That's like the 3rd shamrock plant I've killed. And they were all ones that were my grandmother's. I had a little bit of it. And it died because I left it at my parents' house and I wasn't there for a while and nobody watered it. And then it died. So, okay. And then I had another one and it was like, okay. And then I had a second one and then I had 2, and both of them, those are dead. And then my mom gave me a little snake plant. She was like, okay, you don't have to really water this one. And I didn't really water it. And then sometimes I guess it was over. And then it died. And I'm like, green things. I don't get it. So now I have my 2 plants that are actually alive and then 3 pots of dirt. 3 pots of dirt that are just sitting there on my plant table that, like, obviously don't water the snake plant one, but every once in a while I water the shamrock. One of the shamrock ones that had already died, and then I accidentally smacked my hand into it and knocked it everywhere, so probably lost all the little seedy things on that, but the other one just won't come back. It just refuses. It's like, why? I'm just gonna die again, lady. And it's, not untrue. So this would die in an instant because I've also had several cactuses. Cacti. Killed those motherfuckers. I'm just saying. I'm basically the Grim Reaper for plants. Like, plants, you're like, I'm gonna take this plant home, and instantly the plant is like, goodbye, guys. It was nice knowing you. Poor plant. So, the nicest thing I can do is just not. If this were, like, plastic plants, I could do it. But then it'd just be covered in dust, so. Anyway. It's like a miniature snippet of a beautiful garden landscape. And 2 minutes later, I killed it. Terrariums were originally meant to keep tiny creatures and plants inside little jars. This is the artistic version of that. Really? I've never even heard of them before. Even though it was unfamiliar, I thought the little slice of scenery inside the glass was very pretty. Isn't each one of them unique? You can create so many different worlds with just a few materials. Did you make all of these? Yes, they're all mine. Wow, and here I thought he made others do everything for him. It's probably a relaxing hobby like trimming a bonsai tree. A relaxing hobby for someone who doesn't kill plants, anyway. Something inside me felt satisfied, as if I were a plant that had been watered after a dry spell. I'm sure it was because I saw a side of Shion I hadn't seen before. The little world before my eyes absolutely enchanted me. Do you want to try making one, Spacey? Me? I was actually thinking about making one and surprising you with it as a gift, but this is better. But I've never done this before. I'll teach you. It's not as hard as it looks. What do you say? Shion offered me an empty glass container as he spoke. I wasn't entirely sure, but I accepted it, unable to resist. It sounds like a fun activity to do. You know, like taking a painting class. Let's go to a painting class. Let's do one of those weird, like, paint and wine, like the, sip and paint things. Oh my god, why is he so beautiful in this CG? Stop it. Get out of here. He's like a goddamn work of art. Jesus, that's hot. Or like a paint your own pottery class, or like a little like, let's go to the class and sit there and we'll make terrariums together. It's cute. I would do this. Like, but like, I mean, we're plants. I'm going to get here with, because I know that it would. I like the idea of practice just be right, be stuff. So I'm trying to recall that's the right way to do this. Shion only explained the bare minimum to me, then just to the side. Why did it a bit anxious since he wasn't saying anything? So, am I doing this right? There's no right or wrong way, right to you. So here's, oh, look at our little terrarium that we're doing. That's so cute. You say that, but in the world, you free play Sims. I'm not gonna go. You just be right here by. I just put my own take a breath. I think just focus on your own private world. My own private world. What do you envision? Tell me. Bring it to life and show me. With his gentle prompting, I plucked a small, pale flower out of the supplies with my tweezers. When I placed it beside the cactus, the barren scene blossomed with color. Beautiful. I've always been skilled with my hands, so it wasn't difficult to put the terrarium together. But when I placed plants and accents in the exact spots I wanted, a little thrill ran through me. I became more focused, and before I knew it, I was completely engrossed in the terrarium. Maybe I'm putting in too many. It looks really cute with all those flowers. Shion's whisper seeped through my deep concentration. Encouraged by his words, I adorned my little world with color. I was just starting to grasp an idea of the whole picture. How does it feel to create a new world? I responded to Shion's question with, it's fun, it's difficult. I feel like it's fun would be the right answer. Like, I mean, it's not easy, because I sure as hell couldn't probably do it. I would suck at it. But, like, you want to say, because if you're like, it's hard. Like, yes, you're saying, like, oh, yeah, no, it's difficult. You have skill. But also, like, it's fun is more like, ooh, I enjoy your hobby, And it's fun. Romance up! Look at our little knight. In shining yellow armor. I'm having fun. I spoke sincerely, keeping my gaze on the terrarium. I studied flower arranging formally a bit, but this is totally different. You're right. Compared to flower arranging with all its rules, terrariums really make you appreciate the sense of freedom. Yeah, and if I make a mistake, I can just cover it up with something else. Can't really do that in flower arranging. It looks like you understand the true appeal of terrariums, huh? Yeah, I think so. Oh! I bumped the cactus with my hand while I was talking. It used to be upright, but now it tilted a little. Hey, sometimes the leaning tilt of cactus is fine. What is it? This one's leaning now. So it is. It kind of looks like it's tilting its head to the side. I think it's cute. You do? But what do you think, Spacey? I thought about it for a moment. I like it. Good. Then it's fine. Shion's voice soothed me, and I focused my attention back on the inside of the glass. I kind of like that, like, we accidentally kind of mess something. We're like, oh, man, I knocked it over. And he's like, but what do you think about that, though? He's like, I think it's cute. Like, but what do you think? And you're like, no, I guess you're right. It's not bad. Because, she's like being a perfectionist, like, oh, fuck, I made it crooked. And he's like, but it's okay. Like, it looks fine. And then you're like, you're right, it does look fine. Cool. He's just chilling with it, Norton! God damn it, Norton! Stop being a clingy girlfriend! Anyway. Focus the attention back on the... Okay. The appearance of the world I'd imagined changed with every movement of my hand. I still hadn't reached a point where I was satisfied with it. I like that this CG's just staying here. But I was excited to get there. Are you enjoying yourself, Spacey? Yeah. Good. I'm glad. You got this. Oh, bye, Shion. Finally, my terrarium was complete. It looks great. You did a good job for your first time. Thank you. It was actually very satisfying, and I think I did pretty well. But it still felt awkward showing my honest feelings to other people. I didn't want to reveal too much of my emotional hand, as it were, so I started cleaning up. Oh, I can take those cacti pups. I placed the cacti pups in an empty jar so that the spines wouldn't prick him, then handed it over. By the way, I noticed you have a lot of cacti in your terrariums. Why is that? Because cacti are not like other plants. You can talk to them and they'll answer back. You can communicate with them. Maybe it's because I never talk to my plants. I mean, I talk to myself. You think the plants would just be like, hey, she's talking to me. You've been talking to these things? Yes. They can't move, but they can talk. Or maybe it's better to say they like not moving. But cacti don't have feeling. They do. Huh. I'm serious. I figured he wasn't your average guy, but I did not expect him to say that cacti have feelings. Plants do have feelings, though. Isn't that like a scientific fact? Like, plants feel pain when you chop them. Like, pruning your plants is, like, good for them and stuff like that, but they're also like, stop it! It hurts! I don't like it! Like, I always apologize to my plants if I have to pluck their, like, wilty leaves that are, like, dried or they're yellowing or, like, whatever I put them with. I'm sorry! I don't want you to have to, like, waste water on these dying leaves, plants. Like, I apologize to my plants for doing it. I also apologize to my dead freaking shamrocks for killing. I'm sorry, shamrocks! Damn it! Like, that's why they're not coming back, though. You're just gonna kill me again. It hurt so many times. It's true. I'll just let it go for now. I mean, not like feelings like people have feelings, but they're like living things. I probably wouldn't understand anyway. But, are you worried about the spines? Doesn't it sting if you accidentally touch them? I trust them, and they know who I am, so I don't worry about them hurting me. My cactus, I had a little prickly boy. That motherfucker was hard to plant. It hurt. In fact, they've never hurt me. Not even once. The cacti are therapeutic to me. They're vital to my well-being. Oh. Uh-huh. I gave up trying to understand and responded as vaguely as possible. Hey, it's like pets. Some people have emotional support animals and some people have emotional support cacti, okay? Like, it's fine, buddy. It's a living thing that you're talking to. Fuck, if it was like, he's like, I like making stuffed puppets. And then I talk to them. How does that make you feel, Shion? Like, that's fine. Look. However you have to therapize yourself, and if you're not hurting anybody else, it's probably fine. Some of them might mean you actually really need a therapist, because it might be like a little like, I mean, maybe, but like, I'm talking to plants. It's like, that's fine. Look, I probably do crazier shit, so like, obviously I talk to myself, for God's sakes. I have plants I could talk to, but nope, talk to myself. Anyway. Everyone needs something different for self-care. In my case, it's cacti, and that's all. See? Shion stopped cleaning and looked directly at me. What's soothing for you? Kasuga. I'm not really into surprise questions, but I'm also not into leaving them unanswered. I like to spend time alone. Ever since I came to this house, I haven't been able to rest at all. I like to not have you assholes here! Like, are you ever truly alone with Kasuga around? Yeah, right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I replied sarcastically, is that really true? It is. I also like to spend time alone. So before we all showed up, you were by yourself, and you felt calm and free? Well, calm, not free. I was a happy caged bird. My mind wandered back to the days when I lived on the main estate. Lonely, maybe. Meals prepared by tough chefs, servants for every need, connections to the highest of society. A comfortable life in the lap of luxury, but it sounds kind of like a cage. The perception isn't wrong, and I'd never deny my privilege. But in reality, I had comfort, but no real freedom. I stood there unable to speak, Then Shion looked into my eyes with a tender expression. I want to help you free your mind. I can be like a restorative for you. A restorative? Yes, that's right. Maybe it was because I had concentrated so hard on the terrarium, but Shion's voice washed over me and lulled me into a relaxed trance. Hey, Spacey. What do you say we go out together soon? Sure. I snapped back to my senses after I said that. I mean, we went out with Nayuta, it's only fair. Wait, go out? Yeah, I'm glad you said yes. Oh, no backseat takesies, no takesies backsies. No backseat takesies. I was saying that backwards because I was like, I don't know. I've not been drinking. I'm mentally exhausted from work, okay? Just like mentally exhausted. I pieced out early today. I was like, fuck this, I'm gone. Like, 6 hours. 6 hours and fucking meetings yesterday, and I was dead tired. I thought I was gonna die. I'm like, I am gonna die. I was on the call. Thank God I was home. I had my head on my desk, like, I'm gonna just close my eyes. Like, I'm gonna try to take a fucking nap. Like, it was not comfortable. And then, like, we get to the point where they're just going and going, and I'm like, please stop. I'm so tired. I literally almost started crying. I was so fucking physically exhausted because I didn't sleep well Monday night. So then the next day I was like, I want to die. I just want a nap. Plus, I'm like hormonal, so I'm like just really whiny and bitchy anyway. Like, stop. Yeah. And then I had to get up early. I do not like waking up where there's a 6. I don't care if it was 6:45. It's still 6 a.m. to me, and that's too fucking early to roll in for 8 a.m. Like, I go in at 9, okay? Like, I get there by 9. Like, I don't do 8 a.m.s. So I'm like, today I was like, no, I'm leaving early because you made me mad. Sitting on those fucking calls for 6 hours. I'm so bored. Like, oh, I'm mentally exhausted. So, yeah, I'm not all here right now. I should have a drink. Probably be more fun. I'm not drunk, but I might as well be because my brain is broken. Anyway, it's a promise. I'm looking forward to it. It'll be our first date. Oh, no, I didn't mean to say that. How did this happen? Shion smiled cheerfully, but I felt utterly confused. How did we get conned into a date with Nayuta? I forget that. Free in my own world, clear! Ew, what's the next one? Oh, I'm assuming we go to the Rabby video. Yes. Oh, and a Whis message. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, so we go to the Whis message first. It's Shion. Oh, Noah, that's what her name was. Take good care of it, okay? Take good care of what? I'm sure it's the plan. You take good care of the terrarium you made, okay? And keep it out of direct light, and don't water it too much either. If you have any questions, just ask. I'll teach you. It's surprisingly complex. It's surprisingly complex. I hope we'll be able to raise it well. I'm sure you'll do just fine. I hope I'll be able to. I said wheel, and I was like, she said we? No, I read that. Whoops. How do you know? Because the little ones like you, almost as much as I do. I'm sorry, I don't know how to talk to plants. Don't worry, your love is reaching it. It reaches me too. Okay, look, he's a little crazy. Like, you talk to plants and, like, them feeling like you have a bond with your plant. Sure. But then it's like, your love is reaching that plant, which is then being transported through my other plants to me. All right, now you've hit the crazy town. All right. The crazy train stopped in Crazy Town. I thought, okay. That's just a misunderstanding. Are you blushing? Adorable. I am not. Good night. Good night. See you tomorrow. That's actually funny. Okay, so then we go to... Rabby board! Oil and water! Yes. Ah, there you are, Jeeves. I'd like some tea. Oh, hi, my boyfriend's here. How precious. As you wish. Mr. Mayuzumi, is something on your mind? What have you got there? I apologize, but it's not for tea. It's a gift. It is Miss Spacey's favorite food. Oh, it's for Spacey. The wrapping paper is so thin, and look at that Japanese-style design. I've not seen anything quite like it before. Quite. I'm sure a person such as yourself would be unfamiliar with this. Look at Kazuka's snarky little face right now. I mean, he has that face, like, a lot of the time because there's only, like, a few variations of sprites. But I just like that they were like, yeah, let's put the snarky face on him. When he's sassing us, we'll put the sexy snarky face. It works. It's double time, okay? But I love it. I mean, every fucking face Kazuka makes I love. Give me a break. What's inside? As I said, it's Miss Spacey's favorite food. And I'm asking you what is inside. I apologize, but I've been instructed not to divulge this particular bit of information. Huh. Fine. I'll ask her myself. Fine. Hopefully she tells you. All right. I'll bite. Give me a hint. As you wish. But I think it'll prove quite difficult for you, Mr. Miyazumi. I'm free to try, right? Is it something sweet? You could say that. It contains other flavor profiles, though. Something else, like salty? Yes, that's correct. Sweet and salty. Chocolate-covered pretzels! Peanut butter! Peanut butter is sweet and salty? Seriously? Like, I mean, I know peanut butter is, like, supposed to be, like, a salty snack, but sometimes I'm craving something sweet, and I just have peanut butter. But then again, like, I like Jif, so that's basically, like, peanut butter-flavored sugar. So, I mean, I'm just saying. Plus, you mix it in on, like, you put it with, like, brownies, you put it on, like, peanut butter and jelly, you put it in ice cream, you put it with a lot of sweet things. You're like, if I put peanut butter in with my ice cream, it'll balance out the sugar and, like, the salt and sweet, because, like, you know. Sometimes if you eat too much sugar, you need, like, salt to balance it out. Doesn't work! Peanut butter just makes it sweeter. I don't know. Again, it's because, like, I'm not using, like, natural peanut butter. I'm using Jif. So it's more sugar than it should be in a peanut butter, but still. It's peanut butter, isn't it? Kazuka knows me so well. Do you have any inkling? Even if you do, it's probably wrong. Jeeves, do you hate me? No comment. He hates all of them because he wants us for himself. If I don't get to marry this man, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. Okay, what can you tell me about the texture of this mystery food? You're still on it, huh? Well, it's soft. Peanut butter is soft. I would die if it were fucking peanut butter. That'd be funny as shit. Is it something you eat cold? Why, yes, some of us do enjoy it like that. I see. Thank you. Are you satisfied? Yes, I figured it out. I'll go and prepare some myself. I cannot possibly imagine what he thinks it is. Well, what will come of this? I can't wait till we go on a date with Shion and he prepares some kind of weird-ass shit, and you're like, the fuck is this? He's like, your favorite food! And you're like, what? Bye, Kasuga. I miss you. I do, actually. Sweet and salty. My favorite food. So that's why he brought me regular old dango and prosciutto-wrapped melon. Oh, that's what Shion brought us? He brought us regular old dango and prosciutto-wrapped melon. Sweet and salty. Prosciutto-wrapped melon. Prosciutto is like a ham, kind of, isn't it? Like, it's a hammy kind of meat, like... Or, like, isn't it, like, bacony? Because it's, like, prosciutto-wrapped frickin' asparagus. You don't put that on melon! That's so weird! Like, bacon-wrapped melon! I know, it's like, okay. It's, like, fancy, like, not bacon, but isn't it, like, in the bacony kind of family where you're like, this is, like, fancy. You like prosciutto-wrapped scallops or some shit, like, you know. But, like, melon? No? 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 I'm gonna go with no. Yeah, no. Idiot! It's peanut butter! Honestly, choose pizza, peanut butter, not pizza on peanut butter, or peanut butter on pizza. Okay, wow, I can't with the backwards, my brain. Let's go back. We're going to probably do a splendid evening. Shion comes to get me after school and we take a leisurely stroll. He really has unique values. Yes. Yes, play this event. Here we go. Date and Shion. Kasuga isn't here. He always waits for me outside the car. As I approached the car, the rear door popped open, and someone stepped out. Could we have guessed? Yes, obviously.
How's school, Spacey? I've been waiting for you.
Shion, what on earth are you doing here?
You promised me the other day, remember? You said we should go out together.
He remembered. Of course, look, he's gonna forget. Come on.
Having a date on your day off would be nice, but you'd probably be thinking of all the other stuff you have to do. It'd be a bit of a bother. So I thought, why not go out after school?
What about Kasuga?
I don't think he should come on our date. Seriously, you need to let it go.
Never.
Don't worry, I got permission from him. Once I told him about our promise, he quickly acquiesced.
But I didn't.
You did.
I promised nothing. That didn't count.
Didn't it?
I do like Shion. I recognized there was no way out of this, and I couldn't stall any longer, so I got into the car. Ooh, neat. I like this background. I thought we'd go someplace farther away, but he brought me to the park near the sea, not far from school.
Doesn't the sea breeze feel great? Let's go down that way.
Shion was in a good mood, and he led me by the hand. He tried to hold my hand multiple times before, but I'd always resisted. But this time I found myself not wanting to be evasive.
I bet it's beautiful here at night, too.
Yeah, probably. Especially with the little Ferris wheel.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I wanted to sound normal, but my tone came out grumpy. Maybe Shion's used to dating, but this is my first time. I've never been on a date or held hands with a boy. That's not true. We went out with Nayuta. I know they're trying to think that, like, those dates are, like, each one is happening in another realm, not, like, you're going out with each of them. Plus, you never know which board you decide to do first. But it is a little weird when they're like, I've never been on a date, but technically, depending on when you play Shion's route, you have. But even so, I had to get it together. It wouldn't be fair to him if I kept thinking like this. Also, I'm sure they're probably thinking, like, in the realm of when you're doing this, right now in the common route, we, the player, are seeing each reality of who, whatever, and then like, oh, okay, you'd go down Shion's route, and it would be as if you only did Shion's board and nobody else's. But because you, at the same time, if you have to do everyone's board before you can even clear the common route, it makes sense that you technically, all of these bits would happen all at the same, like, you'd have gone out with Nayuta, you'd have gone out with Shion, Ichiya, you know, Taiga, whatever, but since you don't know who you're going out with first, you can't be like, oh, well, I went out with Nayuta before, and then you're like, wait, what? No, we didn't. Shion's the first one we went to. You know what I mean? So, it's never gonna quite line up right, but it's okay. We've never really gone out. Do we really count taking Nayuta for a walk and playing in the park as a date? I don't know. How do we get conned into that one? I really do forget. Anyway. Even so, I had to get it together. It wouldn't be fair to him if I kept thinking like this. Oh, I read that. Shion stopped walking, probably because he noticed how nervous I was.
You know, this isn't that far from your school. It's a nice place to come and hang out after class. Do you ever come here with your friends?
No, I'm not encouraged to make social stops. Samugi sometimes invites me to the cafe, though.
I see. So you haven't really been out in the area much after school, then?
I've been out plenty. In fact, I might go out more than most of my classmates.
Oh, really? Where do you usually go?
You know, to practice for a tea ceremony or flower arranging. I also go to the library and also take care of stuff as the Tojo family heir. I often go out with grandfather. Of course, I currently have other duties, so I'm taking a break from all that. I was naturally referring to the suitors. They've given me more trouble than any responsibility I've ever had.
I didn't think we'd come this far.
What does that mean? And what about you? What do you usually do?
Well, I read books and magazines, make terrariums, and take naps.
I want his life. I just want to, like, read books and play games, make terrariums, take naps. Just have people pay me to exist because I'm pretty. I want to be, like, a quarter of as pretty as Shion. So I can be like, oh my god, just pay for me to take naps. God. Ugh, I want to be a kept man. Not a man, so that's difficult. Not quite sexy enough to be a sugar baby. Also kind of old. So, like, I'm, like, in the sugar grandma kind of thing. Like, I can be someone's sugar granny, but, like, I ain't got the money for that, nor am I going to pay someone to, like, nah, I don't think so. So, like, I don't know. I don't know, man. I also probably just don't have what it takes to just be like, oh, hey, yeah, no, Tom, you're so cute today. Okay, I'll take your money, bye. And then just like, no, I feel guilty. Damn it. Man, I wish I could. Fuck. Maybe if I had nicer feet, I could post my feet pics. Think all these things. You're like, damn it, I wish I had that. Like, man. I have such dry heels. Nobody would want to see my feet pics. Anyway. But damn, I want to get paid to take naps.
Oh, and lately, I've been making nail tips for you.
Awfully classy for an unemployed guy. Have you always had this kind of lifestyle? It's not really unemployed if people are paying you to be pretty. I'm just saying.
You mean, was it the same when I lived with someone else?
He's getting right to the point. Exactly. He lived with someone else. They basically paid for him to exist, so.
It wasn't that much different to how things are now. But I guess whenever they wanted something from me, I'd give it to them.
I mean, that really also depends, too. They're like, okay, I'm gonna need you to do this. All right, I guess. You know what I mean? It's that. It's the, like, it's the... I took you to dinner, so, like, I think you should have sex with me. I'm gonna go with no! And meanwhile, Shion's like, I basically live on their dime, so, like... yeah, see, couldn't do that. Wanted something from you. And you're like, then you also feel bad for Shion. You're like, I mean, you chose this life, but at the same time, I feel like people might be taking advantage of that. But are they taking advantage of that if that's like the like verbal contract you kind of agreed to? But like, did they guilt you? I mean, you never know. I just like, I don't know. Like, I'm on that fence. Like, yeah, you're mooching off this person by living there for free and looking pretty. So, like, if they were like, oh, come look pretty and go to dinner with me. Okay, sure. But if they're like, I think you should have to do these things that you don't want to do just because you're... Then it's like, now I feel like this is gross. I don't know. I mean, being paid to take naps sounds like a great idea until somebody wants you to do some gross shit. Oh, okay, well, this is different.
Like going out together, getting food, doing things they liked.
That's like a relationship, Shion. That's what you do for each other. But they usually don't pay you to just take naps. But I'm just saying. Definitely classy. But didn't you feel used? No, back up. Why would he feel used? I lived with them. I just kind of hung around, got to read, make terrariums, take naps, live my fucking extra leisure life. And then they would ask me to go to dinner and go to the theater with them, and I'm supposed to act like I feel used? What? Yeah. It wasn't like they were like, all right, I'm going to need you to give me a blowjob now. I mean, this was more like, all right, come be my arm candy at this dinner party we're going to. You know, I mean, seriously, stuff like that, you're like, all right, I mean, if I have to, like, look pretty on your arm at a dinner party because... the rest of the week, I got to just read books, eat Cheetos, and, like, nap. Sure. All right. Totally fair. Great. You know? So, like, I don't think... I had to do things they liked. That's not fair. I mean, that's a normal relationship, you know? Except for, like, you know, you have a job, they have a job, they do things you like, you do things they like. It's like a partnership. It's a little more one-sided in this case, because like, he's basically getting paid to date these people. So look, there's a line where it gets used, where they're using him and it's creepy, but like going to dinner, going on dates, doing things they enjoy doing, not him being used. Not him being used. He's kind of using them, if you think about it. Because that sounds like a great life. Wait. Nothing sexual. I just gotta go hang out with you. Have a good old time. Will you pay for everything for me and then I can just do whatever the fuck I want the rest of the week? Alright! Sweet! That sounds like my job! I gotta go to work, but except for I have to do more work going to work. And then it's like, and then on the weekends I get to enjoy my life. This is like the reverse. He's like, I get to fuck off all week, and then on the weekend I just have to pretend I give a shit about their hobbies. I'm just saying, I don't know. Anyway, didn't you feel used?
Why would I? It was fun, so I felt fulfilled.
Fulfilled? I wonder if that word means the same thing to him as it does to me. Everybody has different ideas of what's fun, girl. As I thought about his shocking statement, Shion gently rubbed his arm with his free hand.
The sun's going down. How about we head back?
Now that I thought about it, it was getting chilly. He's wearing a fucking sweater. But we hadn't done anything special yet. We hadn't even gone to a place that Shion seemed to like. I kind of feel like, though, I'm wondering, does he have places he likes? He has places that other people like that they brought him to, but I don't know if he's like, I make terrariums and read books and nap. Those are my hobbies. That's my life. What else do you do for fun? That's basically, what? I have a choice? Like, that's it. Are you happy that we just did this?
Yeah, I've been able to talk openly with you. I had a splendid evening.
For real? You're like, all right, well, dating Shion's pretty easy. Well, this is a pretty street. We left the park and headed toward the car. Shion? Both Shion and I turned when we heard his name. There was a man waving at us a short distance away. Even from a distance, I didn't think he was Japanese because of his hair color. Do you know him?
You could say that. Go ahead and get in the car, Spacey.
What? Wait a minute! Shion went toward the man before I could hold him back. What could they be talking about? Well, here's the thing, right? So when you're like, Shion's a kept man, you wonder, like, yeah, because he basically, like, he's a sugar baby, right? But just, it sounds like it's a non-sexual thing. I'm sure the game's not gonna, I mean, in reality, it would probably, maybe not. Some sugar babies are definitely like, okay, here's a cute little sexy pic, but, like, no nudes, and they don't have sex with these people. They're just getting paid to, you know, oh, Daddy, you're so handsome. You're the best. Your wife doesn't get you, but I do, sweetie. And then, like, getting paid for that shit. Like, why can't I get paid for that? Damn it. Anyway, you know, but, you know, Shion lives with these people, and I've just wondered in my head, and I'm like, was Shion, like, a kept man for just, like, rich old bitches? Or was he also, like, a kept man for, like, rich old men? Like, because I just feel like Shion would be like, if you've got the money, and you want me to just look pretty lounging on your couch, I don't care. And so I wonder if this is one of his sugar daddies. I'm just saying. I like how they're like, he's a kept man. He's a sugar baby. It's kind of fun. Like, we've never really had this situation before. And now we're like, I have to now deal with you. Anyway, what could they be talking about? I figured it would be rude to eavesdrop, so I reluctantly went to the car, despite my concern. I did glance back at them, though, and it seemed Shion kept shaking his head to whatever the man was saying. The man's like, please come back to me. He's like, I can't. I might marry this rich girl. I don't know. Maybe later. Okay, now I'm worried. I wondered if I should go help him. Something could be wrong. Nah, I'm pretty sure it's a sugar daddy. Just as I started to make a decision... Huh? Did we get kidnapped? I couldn't believe my eyes. Everything happened so fast. All I could do was stare open-mouthed in disbelief. The man shoved Shion into a foreign car parked next to him. I thought we were going to get kidnapped. They kidnapped Shion? Then the car sped off in a flash. Hold on. Oh my god, was he abducted? Abducted? The thought set my mind spinning and I fell to the ground. I mean, Nayuta kind of was abducted though, wasn't he? Was it in his, like... Are they all going to get abducted in their, like, things? Was Nayuta abducted in his... Like, was that a side part or was that in his board? Where, like, Ichi came back, oh, he was abducted by gangsters. Like, was that in Nayuta's little board? Where he got abducted and now Shion's getting abducted? And it's like, it's like, what the hell's I mean, Taiga getting abducted, absolutely, I believe that. Anyway. The thought set my mind spinning and I fell to the ground. You have a car, so maybe the driver should call, like, someone. A splendid evening, clear. Okay, wait. Shion comes, okay, blah, blah, okay. A splendid evening, clear. I mean, a splendid evening. I mean, it was easy for us. Shion was happy. And, I guess for us it was kind of splendid because you're like, sweet. This was fine. We took a leisurely walk. But the man got abducted at the end. So how do you consider that splendid?
You're like, oh my god, that was like the best evening ever. I mean, he got abducted, but like, it's fine. It's okay.
Anyway. So, kidnapped is the next one, which I'm assuming is this one. Kidnapped? Shion was whisked away by that unknown man and still hasn't come home. I worry, but then he ends up dead? What? No, I mean, seriously. Then he comes home. I like how it's like ... calls us, tells us not to worry, shows up, and was like, oh, that's just my dad. Could have been. Play this event. It's been 3 hours. Ugh! Why hasn't the kidnapper contacted us yet? Does the kidnapper know he lives with you? Anyway. You gotta remain calm, babe. We don't know if this is a criminal case or what yet. You can't wind yourself up. You gotta trust that he'll be alright on his own. Taiga, do you hear yourself? What? You're talking about Shion. I mean, okay, I'll give you that he's slightly more proficient than Nayuta on his own. Well, Nayuta absolutely could probably kick someone's ass if he wanted to. Because he's, like, really energetic, but, like, it would probably be an accident. But Nayuta wouldn't really know what the hell was happening. It'd be, like, 4 years later, and then you'd be like, Nayuta, they kidnapped you. And he'd be like, what? Oh, and you're like, you should fight to get away. And then he might fight and be able to get away, but it would take him a long time to realize what was happening. He'd be like, I don't know, they take me for walks and they throw balls for me and then they give me food and it's great and I don't know, whatever. Nayuta was probably kidnapped a lot as a child. His parents probably kept him chained up in the backyard. I'm just saying. Like, come on. You just gotta be careful. Like, Nayuta's gonna run away if we keep the gate open. Okay, he's not very bright. He's cute, but he's not bright. Like, but I mean, seriously. I feel like Shion would be like, they've been kidnapped. Okay, I can get out of it. And, like, he'd probably figure out a way to get out of it. Again, it only took 3 hours, right? And Nayuta was gonna we had to go get him, right? He wasn't being kidnapped, though, but still. Anyway. Would you stake your life on that? Ichi and Nayuta trembled under my threatening glare. Oh, trembling, but are they afraid? Or are they enjoying it? Because we've had that other part, like, Ichi is like, I didn't think I was into this, but now talking to Nayuta, am I? I don't know. So he's a little confused, but Kasuga's looking into it, right? So all we can do is wait till we hear back. Yes, but, oh, you're right, Kasuga's looking into it. He's at perfect, so. I'd immediately contacted Kasuga after witnessing Shion's abduction, not the police. Kasuga, I'm just saying. Kasuga's perfect. Once I told him what happened, he instructed me to come back here, and now I'm just waiting. If you need to do something to keep your mind occupied, how about we go over everything one more time? And that's actually a good idea. We might learn something new from reassessing the information. Okay, first, the guy called Shion. Oh, I was like, the guy called Shion. I'm like, what? What are you doing, Ichi? I was reading his thing wrong. Okay, first, the guy called Shion by his name, right? That means the kidnapper and Shion likely know each other. I don't know what he's after, but why would some jerk Shion knows bother to commit such a high-risk crime? Whatever the reason, it looked like Shion was pushed into the car. If that's not kidnapping, I don't know what it is. I stared at Ichi and Taiga, but they were at a loss for words. But then a calm, rational voice came from the most unexpected person. Obviously Nayuta, because Kasuga's not here, and we expect that from Kasuga, so. Please tell me more details about the incident. What was the alleged kidnapper dressed like? And what did their features look like? What did they smell like? Do you have a piece of their clothing? Huh? What did Shion do when he was pushed into the car? Did he try and resist? Nayuta, you sound different. He's right, Nayuta's not flustered at all. He's strangely calm and composed. I kind of wish we had a different Nayuta voice for when he's... A different voice, like, alright, tell me, Spacey. Did he look calm? Did he get in the car okay? Like, what? What is happening? Like, I guess even Nayuta understands the gravity of the situation. See, and like right now, Nayuta's like kind of like angry face. You're like, it's kind of sexy. Like normally he looks like little puppy, and you're like, you're adorable, but like, okay, I just want to pat you on the head, maybe take you for walkies. It's mine. And then his face is like this, where you're like, why are you pretty? I don't. You know, I'm not into the boys that kind of have the lolly look to them normally, or just the personality of poodles. Okay, labradoodles. Labradoodle. Anyway. Like, not my thing. But, like, when Nayuta make faces like this, you're like, yeah, but I mean, like, you're really pretty now, so, like, you're still not my favorite. But I like you a little bit more than I probably normally would. You get extra points for that. Also, he's just really fun to read, because he's a labradoodle. I'm the same as I always am. Spacey, do you remember what he looked like? He was tall. He was a tall blonde man in a well-tailored suit. Shion seemed bothered the entire time, but he didn't look like he wanted help. Or maybe he wasn't able to ask for it. Tall blonde man. It's Shion's dad, isn't it? It's fucking his dad. Does he get a Sprite? Is he hot too? Shion's a tall blonde man, I'm just saying. I see. When the guy shoved Shion into the car, he pushed him from behind. Oh, and he used his other hand to guide him in. Or it's like, oh, guide into the car. Or it's an old lover. Either one. Is that really kidnapping then? Ain't it just being politely invited into a car? But that doesn't mean it's what Shion wanted. Can't you take all this more seriously? I'm as distressed as you are, trust me. But he did reply back to us on Whis at least. And the message had a bunch of emojis like normal. I sent Shion a message on Whis a bit ago, just in case. To my surprise, he responded. It read,
Hey, don't worry.
Look at the little emoji waving its hand. What a short response. A bunch of emojis? That's fucking one. Well, that could have been a strategy to lull us into a false sense of security. Oh my gosh, by now he could be... Crook! Love how the fucking chibi face on the freaking kidnapper literally says crook and the O's are his eyes. And they're drooling. What is this? What is this chibi? He's like chained to a chair, quivering, like while the crook is drooling and stroking his face. I love this game so much. It's so fucking weird. Oh my god, it's so good. Mwahaha! At last, Shion, I finally got my hands on you.
Let me go. I want to go home.
Do you think I'd let you go so easily? I can't, not when you're so beautiful to look at. You're just like a doll.
Don't stare at me like that.
But you know what? You're missing a smile. Come on, smile for me.
Oh, now he's definitely creepy and sinister.
You'd look pretty if you smiled, baby.
I'm not in the mood for smiling.
Then how about I tell you my favorite joke? Mwahaha! It's guaranteed to get a smile out of you.
Spacey, please, help me.
Okay, I really love this game because I get to overact. Hand gestures and motions and all. Oh, God. This game is fun. I like it so much. It's so cheesy. Shion's such a beautiful person. He could be in tremendous danger. Nah, that's not what had happened. He'd be more like... I love the fact that they all have their things and there's all like this chibi with all his food and stuff.
Mwahaha! At last, Shion, I finally got my hands on you.
Oh, no, you got me or whatever. Oh, hey, I'm kind of thirsty. What do you have to drink?
Huh? Oh, would you like some of this tea?
This brand is kind of cheap.
Okay, how about this one?
I guess if that's all you have. Wait, no sweets to go with it?
I'm so sorry, I'll go get some!
You better hurry before my tea gets cold.
I really hope fucking Nayuta and Ichiya have fucking stories too, because I want to see it. It's so much fun.
Now I feel better about this kidnapping.
I know, right? He's probably enjoying himself. I mean, okay, wait, they turned Shion into Nayuta, enjoying himself being kidnapped, but that's only because Nayuta wouldn't have known he was kidnapped, so. Before you know it, it'll have it better than their head honcho. Some tea and sweets do sound good. Oh my god, you insensitive jerks! How can you be so flippant at a time like this? None of you is worth living with. Not for a second. Come on now. We can't rule out the possibility that this is one of Shion's patrons playing a prank on him. I've had enough of this. I stood up angrily and stomped toward the door, making my indignation known. Hey, where are you going? I'm going to look for him alone. Spacey, please wait. Wait! It could already be too late. Babe, for real, you gotta chill. Guys, don't let her leave. Got it. Oh, got it. It was more than one of them. We have to do the Valley Girl when it's multiples. The two of them circled around me and blocked the living room door. Look, 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 look! This is not the group date that I wanted. Kasuga is not here, and Shian's also not here, and if we're doing a group thing, everybody's gotta be here, okay? It's only fair. Move out of the way! Ain't happening. Taiga's deep voice reverberated from behind me. The other two stood in front of me, leaning against the door. They both shook their heads in silence. So that's how it's going to be. I'll just have to take them all out! Judo chop! Book! I never thought I'd have to use self-defense like this. Oh my god, I hope she flips one of these motherfuckers. I knew this is no way for the Tojo family heir to behave. But here goes. I raised my fist with all my might. And then... ka-thunk! Ow! The door suddenly swung open, hitting Nayuta and Ichi in the back of the head. They both fell to the ground. Ha! I have magical powers! I raised my fist and the door swings open. I'm just saying, I'm special. I beg your pardon? I didn't know someone was... Miss Spacey! Kasuga stared at my raised fist with utter confusion after opening the door. He's like, did you hit them? You hit them! Did I? I slowly lowered my hand. Is something the matter? I'm going to pick up Mr. Miyazumi. Pick him up? Was he released? I'm not entirely sure what you mean. I'm sure you'll receive a message from him soon. Huh? I was stunned by what Kasuga said, then my phone started to vibrate. I'm coming back now. I hope you're waiting. What? Oh, well then. I'll be off. What is going on? I just stood there amazed and speechless while my phone lit up with a message from Shion. Oh, it's like, oh, kidnapped is clear. Okay, I was like, oh, we're gonna have to wait. We are gonna have to wait for kidnapped. Oh, wait, I mean the perfect payback. Shion promises to do whatever I ask if I'll forgive him. I take him up on that. Perfect payback. We're going to go to the Humane Society and play in the cat room, Shion. Or we're gonna make him pretend he's a cat. I don't know, but we're going to stop here. And, oh shit, I can't save. We're going to have to start. We can't save on this one in the menu. So we're going to start here. So anyway, but yeah, because we're a little, I don't want to go too far. We're a little bit under time, but anyway. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.